I am Dr. Syed Khadiruddin Chishti and I am teaching physics to the BSc second year students. My today's topic is the Cronin-Penney model, and this model is a simplified model for the electron in one dimension. So when electron is there in one dimension and there is a periodic potential well, means the potential energy of an electron as it moves in one dimension in a perfect crystal lattice is represented by in the form of the rectangular well, and the period of this well is a plus b, means such type of rectangular well with a period from minus b, 0 and a. So the period will be a plus b, and suppose this is along the x-axis and the potential along the y-axis with maximum potential of V0. It is called as a potential well. So when we have the potential V equal to 0, it means that the x is between 0 and a, the potential in this interval is 0. And when the x is between 0 and minus b, then it is the second region, and in this region we can say that when v is equal to v0, the region is minus b to 0. This is known as the second region. In the first region we have x between 0 and a, and for v equal to v0 means this maximum minus b and 0, x is between minus b and 0. Now using the Schrodinger wave equation, we can write the equation in the two region, that is the x between 0 and a and x between the 0 and minus b. So we are having this Schrodinger equation general form, d2 psi by dx square plus 8 pi square m upon h square e minus v psi is equal to 0, where psi is called as the wave function. Now when I am having 0 is x is between 0 and 1 and v is equal to 0, let us call this equation as equation number 1. V equal to 0, x is between 0 and a. So I am having this equation. Here v will be 0, d2 psi by dx square plus 8 pi square me psi equal to 0. This for the region number 1. Now for the region 2, that is when v is equal to v0, in this equation I will write v equal to v0. For 0, x is between minus b and 0. So it will be written as e minus v0 psi is equal to 0. Here v will be replaced by v0. Now, but if the kinetic energy is much less than the potential energy, then I will take this minus sign common, and here I will write, instead of plus I will write minus 8 pi square m v0 minus e upon h square psi equal to 0. Now this is the equation number 4, suppose. Now in these two equations, if I suppose that this value is alpha square and this value is beta square, then our equation will become d2 psi by dx square plus alpha square psi is equal to 0, equation number 5. And I can write this equation as d2 psi by dx square minus beta square psi is equal to 0. This is equation number 6. Okay. So if I use here the Bloch theorem, then I can find the solution of these two equations as psi of x is equal to uk of x e raised to power ikx, where uk of x is a function of x plus a. Now I will differentiate this equation 7 with respect to x, and I will find d psi by dx. So here there are two functions, one is uk, another is e raised to ikx. So using the product formula, first function as it is derivative of second, this is the first function as it is derivative of second, plus second function as it is derivative of first. Derivative of e raised to power ikx is e raised to power ikx multiplied by the derivative of the angle ikx as ik. So now I will again differentiate it for the second time, that is d2 psi by dx square Now here I am having the two different functions, so I will get the four terms. So first this one, derivative of this function, that is first function as it is, duq by dx. Derivative of this will be e raised to power ikx into ik multiplied by the derivative. Now e raised to power ikx as it is, derivative of this one is d2 uk upon dx square. This term is over. Now derivative of, again I am using here the product formula. So derivative of e raised to power ikx as it is into ik, and derivative of uk is duk upon dx, plus derivative of this e raised to power ikx is as e raised to power ikx into again ik. So I will multiply it by ik and this uk as it is. So using the formula, product formula, first function as it is, derivative of second, plus second function as it is, derivative of first, we can find the differentiation of psi. So we can solve this, simplify it as d2 psi by dx square can be written as d2 uk upon dx square e raised to psi ikx plus 2 ik duk upon dx e raised to ikx minus k square uk e raised to ikx after simplification. Now I will use this equation in equation number 5 and 6, it is d2 psi by dx square plus alpha square psi is equal to 0 and d2 psi by dx square plus minus beta square psi is equal to 0. So for d2 psi by dx square I will substitute this value, this complete value. Okay. Now this alpha square psi, value of psi is uk e raised to power ikx should be equal to 0. Now again I will simplify it, because here there are two terms, this term and this term. I will take uk e raised to power ikx common. So inside the bracket I will write alpha square minus k square. So after simplification you will get this equation, and similarly I will write the equation for d2 psi by dx square minus beta square psi equal to 0. This complete value is the value of d2 psi by dx square. I am substituting in equation number 6. Then minus beta square uk e raised to power ikx. This is the value of psi. So after simplification I will get d2 uk upon dx square plus 2 ik duk upon dx e raised to power ikx minus, I will take minus sign common from these two terms, this one and this one. So plus beta square plus k square uk e raised to power ikx. So we can replace now the ukx in the general equation by u1 for x between 0 and a, and ukx as u2 for x between minus b and 0. So our equation will become d2 u1 upon dx square minus 2 ik du1 upon dx plus alpha square minus k square u1 is equal to 0. This is for 0 is less than x is less than a, first one. And here d2 u2 upon dx square plus 2 ikx du2 upon dx minus beta square plus k square u2 is equal to 0. This is for minus b less than x less than 0. Okay. So the general solution of these two equations will be given by u1 of x is equal to a e raised to power I alpha minus kx plus b e raised to power minus I alpha plus kx, and u2 of x for the second equation c e raised to power minus beta minus ikx plus d e raised to power minus beta plus ikx minus b between 0 x between minus b and 0. Now where a, b, c, d are the constants, and if we want to find the value you have to go to the boundary condition, and boundary condition is that when x is equal to 0 du1 by dx is equal to du2 by dx, and u1 of a will become equal to u2 of b minus b. Therefore du1 of x at x equal to 0 is equal to du2 upon dx at x equal to minus b. This at x equal to a is x equal to minus b. Now let us consider these four equations, the equations of the coefficients. That is if a plus b is equal to c plus d, where a, b, c, d are the arbitrary constants, then I can write here a alpha minus k, then plus b I alpha plus k, okay, is equal to, for c, beta minus ik then minus d beta minus ik, beta plus ik. Similarly here multiply by e raised to power alpha minus k, means this one, into a, b e raised to power minus I alpha plus k, this one, then this one c e raised to power minus beta minus ik, minus d into e raised to power beta plus ik into b. So the fourth one will be ai alpha minus k e raised to power I alpha minus k a minus b I alpha plus k e raised to power I alpha plus k a is equal to c minus beta ik minus b k into b minus d into beta plus ik e raised to power beta plus ik into b. Now I will form the determinant of all these four equations, that is the coefficient of a, b, c and d. For first equation 1 1 1 1 coefficients. For the second equation I am having I alpha minus k, coefficient of a. Then coefficient of b minus I alpha plus k. Then coefficient of c beta minus ik. Coefficient of d minus beta plus ik. Now the coefficient of this third equation e raised to power I alpha minus ik. Okay. Then coefficient of here it is b minus I e raised to power minus I alpha plus k a. Then for c minus beta e raised to power minus beta ik b. Then for d e raised to power beta plus ik b. And last one I alpha minus k e raised to power I alpha minus k a. Similarly I alpha plus k e raised to power I alpha plus k a. Then for c beta minus ik e raised to power minus beta minus ik b. Then minus beta for d minus beta ik e raised to power beta plus ik into b. So this is the determinant. Now if I solve this determinant, then I will get here beta square plus alpha square upon 2 beta alpha sin beta b sin alpha a plus cos beta b cos alpha a is equal to cos of k a plus b. Now to simplify that equation which we derived after the determinant by solving the determinant, as v0 tends to infinity and b tends to 0, then v0b becomes finite. For sin beta b tends to beta b only, cos beta b tends to 1. The value of alpha square which we assumed was 8 pi square m upon h square. Value of beta square which we assumed previously 8 pi square h square v0 minus e. Therefore I can write that value of beta square plus alpha square upon 2 beta alpha as m v0 h cross square alpha beta. Means for this I can write this one in that equation which we obtained after solving the determinant. So for that I am writing here m v0 b upon h cross square. H cross means h upon 2 pi sin alpha a plus cos alpha a is equal to cos ka as b tends to 0. So for this I will write here p sin alpha a upon alpha a is equal to plus cos alpha a as it is and then cos ka as it is. Now if I plot a graph of this one, means p upon sin alpha a plus cos alpha a, this one, versus the alpha a, then we can see that the bands are compressed. Then I can have the graph for 0, minus pi, plus pi, minus 2 pi, plus 2 pi, then minus 3 pi, plus 3 pi, and so on. We can see that the bands get compressed as we move away. Now therefore we can say that when p tends to infinity, then allowed bands are compressed and the energy E can be written as alpha square h square upon 2m, and we can write here as E is equal to n square pi square h square upon 2ma. As the p tends to infinity, then we can say that alpha A tends to plus minus n pi. As the p tends to infinity, then we can say that alpha A is equal to plus minus n pi, where n is 1, 2, 3, and the sine alpha is equal to 0, and you will get here the solution as alpha square is equal to 8 pi me upon h cross square. So we are having this equation, E is energy, n square pi square h cross square upon 2 ma. This n pi is nothing but the value of alpha A. So the equation, this is the equation, it represents the energy of the particle in constant potential box in one dimension. So this is for p tends to infinity. For p tends to 0, we can say that T sin alpha A upon alpha A plus cos alpha A upon A is equal to cos Ka. This equation will become equal to K. Therefore, I can write here the energy as K square h cross square upon 2m. So this is all about the Cronin-Penney model in when the potential well is considered in one dimensional box. Thank you.